Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into a song that, well, it's really resonated with so many people. We're talking about Joo Woojae's cover of 10 centimeters, I'll reach you or reach you. It's just a beautiful take on how a song we already love can, find a new voice and connect with us all over again. So our plan is to kind of unpack what makes it so appealing, really digging into those lyrics and the whole emotional feel of it.
Yeah, it really is something special. And Joo Woojae, he definitely brings his own thing to it. The original by 10 centimeters back in 2013, that indie folk sort of ballad style, it laid a fantastic groundwork, really heartfelt.
Totally. A great foundation.
But with Joo Woojae's version, it's the lyrics and how he delivers them that just hit differently. You hear lines like, "Who you cookie?" In the warm sunlight, bell sounds echo.
Yeah.
Or, about that wind caressing my cheek. It just paints such a picture, right? So gentle.
Oh, absolutely. You feel that warmth instantly. It's like a soft, focused lens on a memory. But then there's that little hint of melancholy, like with ha ha la, yet tears spinning from afar. How does his version handle that shift, that touch of sadness before it gets hopeful again?
Well, that's the interesting part. He handles it with such subtlety. It doesn't dwell there. It moves pretty quickly into this idea of receiving young Yon Guan Hearn, like, you gave me so many firsts. So it's about getting through tough times, finding those new beginnings.
Right, the renewal aspect.
Exactly. And that central line, I wish to continue and reach you. It sounds simple, but I think its power is in that simplicity. It's just this core human thing, wanting to connect. No fancy words, just feeling. And that makes it incredibly relatable, doesn't it?
It really does, that universal feeling.
Yeah.
And his specific interpretation, the whole mood he creates, definitely helps. You mentioned it's softer than the original, more tranquil. And his voice, that mid-low tone, is quite distinct. What choices, musically, do you think really push that feeling of, longing and nostalgia?
Good question. A big part of it, I think, is the reverb they used in the production. That slight echo, it makes everything feel a bit more spacious, more atmospheric. It really pulls you into the emotion.
Yeah, it gives it that dreamy quality.
And what's really clever is how it builds emotion without needing a huge dramatic peak. It stays quite restrained, emotionally speaking, which actually keeps you more locked into the feeling the whole way through. It's a constant, gentle presence.
That makes sense. It draws you in instead of hitting you over the head with the emotion.
Right.
And that gentle vibe seems to fit so perfectly with a certain time of year, too. Spring, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It just clicks with that whole spring feeling. Cherry blossoms starting to bloom, the weather warming up, that sense of something new starting.
Yeah, that hopeful feeling.
Exactly. And because it connected with that, and also had some ties to a popular anime with the same name, KiminiTodoke, it just sort of exploded as this perfect spring emotional song. People online even started calling it the Cherry Blossom Annuity song, which is kind of funny, but shows how much it became associated with that season.
Cherry Blossom Annuity song, I like that. It really captures that recurring seasonal love for it. But it wasn't just the recording. His live performances were a big part of it, too. For me, and I think for a lot of people, seeing him sing it live really shifted perceptions. He wasn't just the model or entertainer anymore.
Absolutely. His stability, his pitch slide, it was consistently strong. And those moments where he performed with 10 centimeters Kwan Young Yale, you could see this real connection, this mutual respect.
Oh, yeah. Those were great moments.
And even on his own YouTube channel, Alongchin sharing videos of himself singing, it just reinforced that this was genuine. Real artistry there.
Definitely. Now, something you touched on there, the collaboration aspect. This wasn't just him deciding to cover a song, was it? It was more formal than that.
Right, exactly. And that's quite key. It was an official collaboration with 10 centimeters, the original artist. This wasn't just a nice gesture. It was smart. It built this bridge between the original fans and Joo Woojae's audience. It gave the cover legitimacy and honestly probably helped it reach way more people.
That's fascinating. So it brought different groups of fans together. And the way it spread initially, even before the official release, it was kind of organic through social media.
Totally organic. It started popping up as a challenge, on Instagram, on TikTok. People were using snippets of it, doing their own little videos. The hashtag Doche started trending.
Wow. So the demand was building before the song was even fully out.
Pretty much. It created this huge buzz. And what's cool is how it pulled in new listeners. You had the MZ generation, millennials and Gen Z really connecting with it. Anime fans jumped on board because of the title connection. But crucially, the original 10cm fans seemed to genuinely appreciate this version too. It wasn't seen as replacing the original, but complementing it. Just a really nice example of how music can evolve and bring people together.
It really is a lovely story of a song finding new life and touching so many people in different ways. It just shows how powerful music is, connecting us across time and interpretations. So thinking about Reach You, what does the song bring up for you when you listen? Or maybe there's another cover song out there that surprised you, that gave an old favorite a completely fresh perspective. We'd genuinely love to hear what you think.
Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive today. If you enjoyed exploring this story with us, please do think about subscribing, maybe leave a like or share your own thoughts in the comments below. We really appreciate you listening.